Hello, this is Harley, and welcome back to Slice and Dice. So far, we've managed a singular hard win and a singular unfair not win. So let's go ahead and give that unfair another shot. I think I've had pretty good success with the force layout. It doesn't allow for offensive magic spells with blue or defensive stuff with red, but generally it does pretty well. Let's see what we've been offered here. We still need to get to 10 bads, and it looks like we're being offered, well, just one good this time, but it's worth 9. So we'd have quite a lot of bad if we did pick that. So, almost double enemy health. That's pretty bad, but it is worth 10. So, honestly, that's a very straightforward curse. It just means you do more work. There's nothing crazy happening there as far as curveballs or changes to the mechanics. You just keep fighting. Monster Smash 99. Kind of just looks like you win boss fights. That's what I'm reading here. Which might be worth it. Boss fights can be pretty bad. Having pain on all your highest pip sides, generally not the worst. If you have healers to help mitigate some of that, I won't have healers. And if we do go with Boss Smash, this would instantly evaporate you. I really hate... Oh, this doesn't have sticky. This is just blank and stasis. So stasis, you can't change the sides, but basically you just become 1/3 useless by default. How often do you ever get to the 7th turn? Probably never, but that's also probably why this is just a 2 curse, because that happens maybe once a boss fight ever. Small bonus, this gets out of control kind of quick. When you've got 2 or 3 archers that all have +1, suddenly they're packing quite the punch, and if they target the same character, that's very difficult to mitigate, and if you can't get to the back row, you just kind of take that damage. Cold Snake sacrifices an item slot and starts out poisoned. Honestly, poisoned for 1 isn't that bad. Kind of. I don't have a healer. But it also gives up an item slot, which is more frustrating. It's also only worth 1. Okay, let's see what we can do here. More of a trek. If we do take that, we'd have to go... The thing I specifically did not want to mix with it. Or we could do something like... the worst. Is it worth this much nonsense just to probably win boss fights in a single roll? I'm gonna say yes, just because if it doesn't work, then it'll be a faster one. I need to actually put that stupid thing on. So who is most likely to not be fussed by poison? Just taking on the defender solely because he has the most health. The other option would be the lazy, just because I kind of don't care. Lazy's low likelihood of doing anything at all. Means we can afford to miss him, or maybe the scoundrel for the same reasoning, but we'll try it out on the guy who has the most likely chance of surviving. And take the stuff that actually does damage. Lazy's actually pulling his weight for once. And those 2 guys might as well have stayed home. We're off to a great start here. Hopefully we can kill the boar in 2 die, and then the archer, ideally just 1 more, but we'll see what happens. So this could keep the buckle alive. In fact, it's the buckle's most useful thing to do right now. These 3 damages could kill the boar, at which point, technically, that's a good hand. I'm gonna do that because that's the nice conservative way to approach this. Aha, even better. I do like the rogue. Poison is always very helpful. Cantrips are usually fun, though sometimes they can mess you up. I don't have any curses that cause a cantrip to mess you up, but there's always stuff like thorns and imps that cause problems. I think I like the fighter enough that I would rather just replace the scoundrel. While these two faces are very nice, there's also a high probability the scoundrel does absolutely nothing. So let's go ahead and fix that. I don't quite understand how, when you have a bad face from a curse like that, it seems to roll exclusively that. On the grounds that there's better the fighter can do, I think I'm going to reroll that as well. I will take the big shield, I will take the 2 damage. So at this point, nobody's dying because I can big shield the defender. And in theory, kill that rat if that's the most useful thing, but I probably won't be doing that. Okay, big hammer to that guy. Poison you. I'm gonna go ahead and stab the rat so I can get the kill next time. And then just load the defender up with shields. The reason for shielding the defender over the fighter is because this poison's going to slowly chip the defender away, so might as well put the shields there, because I can't get hearts back with this party. I will take the nice shield. That means one of these two can survive. I'm going to go ahead and take this, because adding more poison to this wolf would be very nice, or potentially killing that rat, depending on what other dice I get. The defender killing the rat is more useful than not. The rat is going to attack the lazy. I'm gonna go ahead and take this buckle thing, because the only damage the buckle can do is the hammer. I don't care about attacking this goblin. The goblin's gonna run away when I do everything else. I would like 2 damage, it would be nice. I did not get it, but I didn't lose anything. Kill you. Poison you. Stab you again. Shields up. And I'll give... There. I have a whole bunch of people with 2... I'll have 2 people with 2 hearts, but it's fine. So at this point I've kind of won, but I can win... Actually, never mind. I've actually won. What's this? Oh wow, I've unlocked heroes. I forgot how reset everything was on desktop. That's fun. So I kind of don't like Quiver in general, but I got a bad feeling that I'm about to pick it. Because lazy could be more useful, quite frankly. I do like the shield. Actually, it might go on the fighter. Wait, these have stasis. I can't change them at all. Okay. That does slightly change my thought process. So Barkskin confuses and concerns me. Immune to shields for only 2 max hit points. I don't know what hero or scenario where Barkskin makes sense. I would much rather be able to shield somebody than have them survive 1 sneeze more. That feels like nothing to me. 0 or a 2, kind of not an option. 0s are mostly garbage, and even 2s are kind of just okay. I think I'm going to take the Quiver to have something ranged. And then probably go ahead and stick it on the defender. I'd lose the opportunity for this 2 shield, but everything else about that road, or that column, would become exclusively better. So let's go with that. And that might just be my first ever Quiver pick. I would rather have the pristine shield, even though that does keep the buckle alive. We could do better than just alive. Or we could roll complete crap and unlock the bent spoon. Alright, so miscalculations have happened. Who's killing you? The archer and a rat. Well, I can fix that problem. Learned a valuable lesson about trying to do better. Sometimes it's just not worth it. I might actually still be in trouble here. So you both are attacking. Nope. Everyone is attacking somebody different. Lovely. I have 2 shields, either of which would save somebody, but I have 3 people dying, so I do need to kill one of the guys who's attacking somebody. I can do 5 whole damage. Let's see who makes the most sense. Defending the defender is probably the way to go. So that's the top archer. Unfortunately, I can't kill the top archer because I can only do 1 range damage. Let's go ahead and kill this rat. Do that. And this way we're at least making progress towards getting to the archers with stuff that will actually kill them, as opposed to the 1 pip that we can do at range. Well, this will kill the rat, which is nice. Might as well lock that in because the odds of getting the 3 shield are pretty low. Unfortunately, it's the archers that are actually doing the kills right now. This rat is not... doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and take this because that's the most defensive power the buckle can do. I'm gonna take this, and let's see if we can get something useful out of the lazy. We did! Okay. Polish that off. I'm going to save the defender. Lazy can save himself. Now you're poisoned. I don't even need this shield. We win. It's always a bad sign when they have so many hit points that not only do the hearts become squares, but it overlaps with their face. Why is my buckle showing like 10 squintillion shield? Why is everyone showing like 10 squintillion pip? Questions for another time. So a gladiator or a warden? A warden is kind of like a defender, but better. This wouldn't even replace my defender. Replace the buckle. Similarly, kind of like a buckle, but better. I think that I'm very confused as to what's going on with these pips. Oh, this counts as a boss fight. Wow. I kind of was neglecting the fact that this is a boss. Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and grab the warden. It feels a little bit boring, but this is more consistent than the pristine shield. Although plus 101, that's a sight to behold. There were no items to change. Let's see who's gonna obliterate this troll. Wow. Didn't we just get the 20 achievement one? By 10, yeah. 10 or more, did that. A level 17 item? I don't know what you have to do to get up to 17. I think the highest number I've ever seen of an actual item that dropped was 9. I've definitely done some cool things with Kilt before. It wouldn't do a damn thing on this run because both of those sides are stasis for everyone. I also just realized that this curse makes some of the heroes completely worthless, like the eccentric and maybe the cursed guy. So I'm either taking Big Hammer, which I kind of don't like, especially because the middle is blank. Wouldn't have many faces left. You can combine it with the quiver, but Actually, I'm gonna do that. And then the question is just on which hero. What if that? That seems decent. So this guy's a bit of a stinker in that he starts off with a whole bunch of shields, he adds shields to himself, and he's got these lovely steel damage attacks, which just slaughter you if you're not destroying his shields. But at the same time, it means you can kind of be defensive about him by attacking him and reducing those shields. It'll do less damage when you do that. I'm gonna actually take poison, because that means he's gonna die in 2 rounds regardless, because poison is non-blockable. That being said, this guy has a whole bunch of hit points now. Go ahead and take that. Feels a little bit lame, but I'll take it. So ideally, I get Big Hammer on Lazy. And 2 damage there would be much nicer. Well, I got one of the things I wanted. What more can you ask for other than all of the other things that you want? I'm gonna take the big shield. That'll save either one of these 2 guys. I'll go ahead and take this. Just to have that little bit of support against the bandit, because he's got a bunch of hearts. Big hammer for sure. I kind of need a shield. The fighter's not going to be the one to give it to me. Hopefully defender gets one. He did. Okay. So everything's kind of under control again. I didn't use all my dice. I am embarrassed. What a shame. Well, it's been fun. We're moving on. All the way to 5-6. Wow, the heroes are especially boring when they don't have these 2 faces. The armor should have some lovely boost shields here, and just doesn't. I do like these shields, these are very nice. The hammer, kinda lame, to be honest. I really don't like heavy. It just kind of screws up every strategy you can think of when you have to hit the guy with the most hit points. Usually you want to finish off the guy with the fewest hit points. Just a flat boost to the fighter that we've already got. Not fun. But I think it's going to be the right thing, actually, because we're getting to the point where 1 pip of damage is... might as well not happen. So the War Chief is a problem because this +1 pip to all sides. Basically, if we can get rid of him, that is good. Okay, so we've gotten to the point where nobody's dying already. And those 2 guys might as well have stayed home. Which is unfortunate, because either one of them, well, sort of, could have finished off this War Chief. And saved us quite a few points of damage. The good news is, the War Chief is kind of cooked at this point. Who is he responsible for killing? He's definitely killing the defender. And if we kill him, then that's 2... yeah, so the Lazy's still going to die at that point. Trying to do very simple arithmetic in my head. So he'd be at 4 overkill. Throw this on him. Now he's at 1 overkill. Needs 2 more shields. Hopefully the defender can roll a shield of some sort. The defender could do his job. Excellent. Okay. Now everyone lives. The goblin's taking some heat. War Chief is gone. And all we have to do is kill this one goblin because this one will run away once he's alone. And we're there. Okay, so my understanding is that Harpoon is absolutely useless because all of these have stasis, cannot change that side. This is garbage, which is unfortunate because I like Harpoon. Lead Boots, on the other hand, sticky. So sticky on those stasis sides is atrocious. You roll sticky and that side sticks, obviously. And it's useless, complete waste. So +1 pip to all of them. Even on lazy to kill archers a little bit better, that doesn't seem worth it to me. Also, I'd have to move the hammer situation around. Rogue having it would kind of be neat, just to be able to do 2 poison, but it would spoil the fact that this is a cantrip. In the sense that you'd roll it, it'd fire, and then it'd stick. A little bit less good. I really don't like doing the randoms. I always feel like it's... if I hit that button, I'm kind of just admitting I'm not going to be using items. This is 2, though, and it's only like 1 quality down, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 2s. Blessed Water and Wandify. Well, this is actual garbage here. So ignoring that. The best part about this is that I currently don't have a heal at all. I'm actually going to stick it on the Warden because in my mind, Vitality is exactly equivalent to a shield. So replacing a 3 shield with a 3 Vitality. Vitality is a perfect win. Might as well do it. I'm trying to think if that does literally anything or if it should actually go on the Defender. I'm thinking based on what I just said, it should actually be on the Defender. Now instead of a shield 2, it's kind of a shield 3, but better than that. Don't love that the Slimer got enough extra hearts to summon 2 Slimelets. I'm pretty sure a Slimer normally just makes 1, but because of the up 75% health or whatever, now he's got 2. Also, don't love that we got 4 useless sides. I'll take that. The biggest reason of taking a 1 pip is just to start chipping away at the slate. We can only do 1 damage per hit on the slate. Nobody's dying. Is it worth doing some damage to the slate? Do I want to try to do 8 individual damage to the slate first, or 10 damage to the Slimer and deal with the Slimelets? Slimelets aren't a huge deal, but they are annoying, and if they all pop off, that's bad. But 8 damage to the slate's kind of a big ask. Let's go ahead and do that just because that's already 3. Unfortunately, we did not get the poison. That would have been a great way to deal with it. I like poison on the slates because it just kind of chips away at them for you. That's a problem. Kind of want to roll the Vitality and keep the Defender alive. I'll take this. Okay, well, we didn't roll the Vitality. So this big hammer has to hit the Slimer. And unfortunately, we don't have enough damage to just finish off the Slimer. Why would we? But we don't. I can keep the Defender and the Soldier alive. Put that poison on the slate. I'm very tempted to kill the Slimelet, just in case. But I don't think that's worth it. So instead, I'm going to chip away at the slate yet again. And then if we can do 2 individual hits to the slate, whatever nonsense he's going to throw at us is gone next time. Hey, there's that thing I wanted 2 turns ago. Is poison worth it at this point? Maybe? I kind of would rather have this, because that's going to do a whole bunch of damage to the Slimer. A 2 is sufficient to kill the Slimelet, which actually is kind of important right now. Unfortunately, this is starting to look like the slate is going to live, which is not good. Let's try to think about this for a second. Slimelet dies, which means the soldier is still dying by overkill of 1 because these 2s are both going to hit the soldier, which is not good. The defender is being overkilled by 2 and gets 3 hearts back, which I'm pretty sure means it gets to live. So now we have 3 people dying. We're offered a 3 shield. That could keep either the rogue or the soldier alive. Lazy's kinda sunk. I feel like I have to take this. Interesting. That sort of changes stuff. By sort of changes stuff, I mean it made it very easy to get to a point where we're already done rolling and that guy's dead and we win. That's fine. Oh, the sarcophagus. This is an interesting fight because I often feel like I don't get to do it the way that I'd like to do it. This stinker gives you a new toy if you manage to kill it. But he's starting out with kind of a crust of 3 individual damage hearts. You have to break all those individually, just like the slate, which is a little bit of a tricky thing to do when these gnolls are also just slamming you. And also the gnolls each have their own built-in armor, which is slightly different from a shield, in that you have to do at least 2 damage to them to do any damage. And I just noticed this counts as a boss fight again, so the gnolls are about to get obliterated. The sarcophagus could also just melt if I can get through these 3 special hearts. So the defender for a guardian seems kind of nice. It would probably have to relocate the water because I do like this fork, especially for the fight we're looking at right now. Or the lazy becomes a brute. Once again, I'd either have to relocate some of the items or maybe just not use them. The quiver might be retiring. It's a tier 1 item. It's not particularly great. Maybe the hammer sticks around. But even then, maybe not. Who else could hold the water and be useful? Well, whoever holds the big hammer could actually also hold the water, and that would be a nice trade. I wish I could see your normal signs at the moment. I also just realized that the bonuses for the fight are applying before the items make their changes. So technically, you could argue that de-equipping all these items is preferable. Interesting. Let's go ahead and take the Guardian. I do like the Guardian. All this cleave, and this engage shield. Pretty nice. I do need to put this back on somebody. Let's take it on the Warden. Purely for the most health. Okay, let's see who gets to blow all these guys up. Guardian Fork would go kind of crazy right now. Might as well grab it. Of course, Lazy does something on the round where it probably doesn't matter. So close to that rolling over onto the fork. Oh well. What dis? Well, that's fun. Just go ahead and remove these two guys from the equation. Throw this shield on. Wow. We're just cranking through the achievements because 204 shield. Well, very good. Why not? 307. Why is he not taking all the poison? Oh, because it's the last one. I see. Yes, good. Well, how's about that? And that. Hey, for once I made it through the sarcophagus fight with actually getting the item. I needn't have bothered. Put it that way. Wow, something that doesn't do anything for me, or something that gives me a staggering 3 hearts. Or a random 3 or 5. Let's go with this garbage instead of gambling on other garbage. You can wear this, and that'll slightly help with the poison situation. This is still useless. Let's say... actually say Vitality over Shield. And let's do that. And I think, yeah, the Quiver is less useful than this scenario. I don't like not being able to use items. It always makes me feel like I'm not doing something correctly. But frankly, these two can't be used because they modify the sides they can't change. And the Quiver just doesn't feel like it does enough. So what are the odds that I can generate at least 5 shield to deal with the Militia? Actually pretty decent, but it's all in these 2 grays. The Militia runs away if you get 5 shields on the guy who's attacking. It's 4 of them. That's your good damage. Who's dying? Not you, actually. Uh-oh. Do I don't even remember. Yes, we do in fact have small bonus. It's been so long since there was a small enemy that I had forgotten about that. So that's why these two are getting completely obliterated. It's because of snipers, and that exact thing I said at the beginning. Doing 1 damage to the snipers with this cleave doesn't seem worth it. That does, though. So unfortunately, the Militia is attacking someone who doesn't matter, in the sense that protecting him doesn't fix anyone's death. I'm going to go the other way with those shields, because I think that's a better health distribution. And I'm going to go ahead and take the spiky damage just to get this imp kind of out of the picture. He's the most... oh, I keep forgetting that they don't summon bones anymore. But this 9 damage and death is pretty bad, and the poison is going to get annoying very quickly because I don't have a cleanse or a real healer. Let's go ahead and take those. This doesn't save anyone outright. And of course the Militia is attacking somebody who I don't really want to throw shields on because they're not dying. This will kill the imp, which will save the lazy. Yes. Unfortunately, that's not quite good enough. We're still gonna have quite a few problems. Okay. Stab. And everyone gets a little shield. You get some health back. Nobody's dying. Still haven't managed to deal with the militia. Even though I've had plenty of shields both times, there's just been more important things to do. I do really like the militia mechanic, but wow, it's always very frustrating to not be able to use it. I'm not going to be able to kill the snipers immediately, unless I just get extremely lucky with some of these other ones. It's possible. It's just not likely. I think I might have made a mistake in this. Yeah, I've definitely made a mistake in this. Uh-oh. Well, I can hit you. And I can be insufficient. It was a nice while lasting. A purely defensive turn, if I so choose. That doesn't seem like the way to go. The fork would be very nice. Who all does damage at this point? The warden does do damage. The guardian only has the fork, and the lazy only has the hammer. Lazy pretty much has to keep that. There's no way I'm playing those odds. Taking these dice is insufficient. I really need to get a kill. Uh-oh. Yeah. This isn't good. Okay, there's one kill, which means that only the lazy would be dying. If the warden can do a singular damage, these problems go away. They didn't. So now only the lazy's dying. And I still need the warden to do at least one damage, which is a possible thing. It's just not what's happening, apparently. Well, it's been a fun run. It didn't get quite as far as the previous one, but, you know, we did an okay thing here. Just about half of what happened before. The boss 99 thing was kind of cool. I did like just being able to cakewalk through bosses. I don't know if it was worth all the other nonsense. Sort of objectively, it must not have been, because we got farther when we had less nonsense before. So, yeah. Oh well, I guess. Unfair is pretty tough.